You can look for an Easter egg in the previous video. Here we go. The StopCIAcoup, which is trending or trying to be trended on Twitter. It's a forced meme. You're probably looking at this video for that, or the previous video, which has a Easter egg. Go ahead and chase it. So here we go. You'll see a couple of channels come up more often than not when it comes to looking up that subject matter on YouTube. That behavior is by design by the channel owner. And as you can see from the pixels, they're pretty much consistent. Human Rights Channel and another channel. Cobra Gold Channel. Cobra Gold sounds familiar, doesn't it? The Human Rights Channel originally started off being a fan page for Cobra Gold 7 years ago. Got a lot of views out of it, 500,000 views out of it, because it covered Cobra Gold, which is a training exercise in Thailand. But the individual found something much more useful. Marine StopCIAcoup d'etat Langley 8. Again, that story, if you're curious about it, was literally fabricated by some soccer mom who had a YouTube channel. I made fun of her by putting, twin helicopter blades on her head. It's a notoriously, literally made-up BS story that is not even internally consistent, and people kept propping it up because they wanted it to be real, because of the same thing that this channel really fanned the flames for. Now, I want to point out something here. The original channel was a heavily biased propagandistic channel emphasizing a specific country and another country outside of the United States that emphasized military might over everything. Just want to point that out. Now, the original channel names, if we can get them on screen here, was Asian Tiger SFSOCP PSYOP. And the one previous to that, with this one, was a variation on the same name. And it was called PSYOPS 1. So it wasn't a human rights channel, and it was never really a Cobra Gold channel. It started off being very specifically and very overtly named. Next, that Voice of America's VOA link there. It leads to a crasher page that auto-loads most of the videos from the channel and does its damnedest to try to crash a computer. So the channel made it really obvious when they wanted to have their own vanity URL what they're about. So let's not ignore that, okay? Next. Marine EMP Langley fused to StopCIAcoup was mostly exploited by a character calling himself Walter Kurtz, General and or Colonel, Cobra Gold, or others as Cobra Gold Channel and Human Rights Channel, originally called Variations on PSYOP. It was and part of it was a riff on the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, USA SOC, PSYOP and Asian Tiger meme. That started as a Cobra Gold Thailand Asia Pacific military exercise fan page that mutated to link to a fake Voice of America's webpage at mysite.com, and it's a crasher page, auto-loading his videos and talking of Freedom and Security Observations Command, which is just a riff on the above statement, and America CIA history lessons for Democratic losers. Sort of like the Democrat Donkeys website that got put up by somebody. It's obvious what it's based on and why you shouldn't use it as a completely unvetted source, free of any bias and somehow better than every other source you find on the internet or even the news, because it's not unbiased. And also talking up something everybody wanted to believe, even though the person's in a country that doesn't have anything to do with this, about President Trump destroying communists, Democrats, and Obama and Clinton and media forever, because people want that belief to be their main point in existence. I'm going to get to these others listed here, but let's get on to the next page of data. When you look up GladioC, you can't type it in separate word Gladio and then C, because Gladio is also the name of a soccer game. So to search engine optimize this, they decided to add a letter or number onto the end of it, because that's, not like you're trying to manipulate people. And this has been going on for, 3 months ago forward, it looks like on this page, but let's see on the next one when you fuse them together. You get 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 8 months ago. And it was all about Vegas. A year ago. And a year ago. NewsBud is the source for the meme. It's really hammered there. And about a year ago on another one, Peter, I can't pronounce it. Sorry, I'm not going to try. The point is, this is a really recent idea, at least as far as YouTube's concerned, and it's not from some purge thing. It's from people recycling memes and changing video titles and hoping you don't archive them or something, right? Well, let's take a look. GladioCIA memo was released in June 2006, and it wasn't GladioC, it was CIA. But it got abbreviated that way for some reason, and it was an April 1953 document acknowledging it. When you type in GladioC into Google Trends, it only shows up September 2006 and one blip February 2018. Operation Gladio B, however, had a artificial peak, just like you're seeing here on GladioC, in August 2013, and it spiked every year or so. I mean, literally, it's just been going on. And how do I know that? Operation Gladio was something that happened a long time ago and has been murmured about, and it was only really confirmed September 2006, but it included Operation Gladio and the word CIA. Okay? There isn't any Gladio A, B, and C. We're not at stage 2 or 3. It was just a matter of differentiating it because the word Gladio is used for many other purposes. You have to combine the word, otherwise you'll fall into the noise of the search engines. So, as you can see, really the thing that really popped up in a more organic sense was actually Gladio itself. 2013, it got revamped in a couple of spikes. You can see the noise level. We call that the grass down there. On the other hand, Operation Gladio B came up and died and came up and died again, and shows absolutely no organic behavior at all. Someone is controlling whether or not it's searched for, it is popular, and that's it. And as far as GladioC, it was effectively invented from nothingness, even though there was an origin for it, in February 2018. The one that's being most exploited is Gladio B as a search engine string to get your attention because it doesn't comply or connect with some other damn thing. That's all. Operation Gladio happened, and it was a specific purpose it was put in place for, and it was revealed, actually it was available information before September 2006 probably, but the point is June through September 2006, the memo about it came out and really hammered it. And in case you haven't noticed, again, it's only coming up in February 2018 because it's worth using as a search engine string because it's clean in the background. It's being used for manipulation purposes. That's what it's about. SlowWalkonDC, StopCIAcoup, GladioC, and the Westmoreland USA Army Field Manual 30-31B, Strategy of Tension Accusations of U.S. Sponsorship of False Flag Operations, are rehashed former Soviet Union disinformation data based on documents that the Soviets forged and planted in Turkey in the 1970s. No, I'm not making it up. This is actually something that's very well found and documented. In 2006, Operation Gladio was revealed in a memo from 1953 and was released showing supposedly the secret protection and support given to former Nazi officials and Nazi collaborators by the U.S. intelligence agencies because fighting communism became the central aim of the American foreign policy in the years after World War II. That's the assertion about it, and you can look that up. I'm going to leave links to it. Operation codenamed Gladio is based on the Italian form of the word gladius, a type of Roman sword, short sword, specifically referencing to the Italian branch of a NATO stay-behind organization. It was also used as an informal name for all stay-behind operations prepared in many NATO member countries and neutral countries as well, to prepare for an impending armed resistance from a Warsaw Pact invasion, old Soviet Russia. All of this was a clandestine NATO stay-behind operation in Europe. Only during the Cold War within Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Turkey, Austria, Finland, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland, and to varying degrees. The extent of any kind of thing the CIA was involved in, and we've seen them do stuff, is considered debatable, but it was mostly from the 1960s to early 1980s. Alternate history and alt-fact truthers, however, have stated that Sybil Edmonds said the original Operation Gladio was only a European network of fascist stay-behind cells that NATO, CIA, and MI6 trained to carry out bombings and assassinations in the event of a Soviet invasion. And the mythical Gladio B, which there's no basis for, it's mostly SEO stuff, just substituted Muslims for fascists and is said to continue to carry out false flag attacks, especially in Europe. And this feeds into propaganda and paranoia in other countries about the United States always running proxy wars and secret wars. And repeating it in the United States used to be something you would be called a traitor for, because it makes us look bad and it just sounds like you're parroting something from another country that wants us to shut up and get out of their face. Anyway, also saying the FBI used Operation Gladio B, or Gladio 2, as a code name, which they did not, since 1997 for ongoing Al-Qaeda relations with U.S. intelligence and the U.S. military. Sybil Edmonds again has stated that 9/11 was a Gladio B operation. Osama bin Laden and the other guy worked with the key U.S. government officials for 3 months afterwards to coordinate false flag attacks in a place called the Caucasus region. And if you like, you can look up 2017's Professor Philip Kovacs, who was in a video supposedly exposing a CIA operation, GladioC, and explaining how it's being used geopolitically against certain countries, including Russia. See also Russia literally getting caught on a regular basis lying about this crap and getting caught originally being the person or the source forging this information that you're hearing about. And lastly, I want to point out one thing. My dudes, SlowWalkonDC, I'm the only YouTube video that exists with that hashtag in it. You forgot to put up a bunch of videos and set up your troll accounts to do that. You got to set up your shill accounts. Didn't you do that? If you're trying to get everybody in the United States to kill each other, first of all, we don't need any help. Second, you're a jackass. Third, I'm going to keep looking up the history of this stuff and posting it no matter how many times you shut my channel down. I am here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep posting origin stories and debunkings. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't do anything. Welcome to the internet. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.